Good evening. Ay, 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 ay. Go live. Good evening, TikTok. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Today I'm talking about audacity. Audacity. That's what I'm talking about. Audacity. My goodness. Fear has stolen so much. And it's about time. It's about time we stop allowing fear to take away from us. What is that music called? I just want to put a little background music. Guitar. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Where are you joining me from? Where are you watching me from? Oops. Or am I dropping? Ooh. Am I dropping something? I think I have just dropped something, but hey. I want to see if, yeah, okay, cool. It's okay now. I don't know, guys, whether you can hear me. Hey, Patience, thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad you're here. You know what? I'm talking about audacity. I'm talking about audacity. Today, I've decided to come on and talk about audacity. It's about time we stop allowing, fear to steal from us. Enough. Enough, enough, enough. And I'm just trying to put a little background music and I'm looking for that on YouTube. Good evening, everyone. Please tell me where you're watching me from. Put it in the chat where you're watching me from. Hey, mon frère acheté. Oh là là. Ah, quel plaisir de t'avoir ce soir. Hein, ce soir, je parle d'avoir l'audace. Hein, en tant que parent, en tant que mère. En tant qu'enfant de Dieu, on a besoin d'audace. Audacity. That's what I'm talking about this evening. Audacity. Guitar. Worship. Just put and it was instrumental. That's it. Instrumental. Without add that's perfect. Good evening, everyone. Where are you watching me from? Thank you so much for joining me to start with. I don't know how to put the title on YouTube, but good evening, YouTube. This evening, I'm talking about audacity. I'm talking about the importance of having audacity. We need to be audacious. Yes, audacity is crucial. It's so important because audacity. Without audacity, your dreams are dead. Audacity. Okay, so as I just wanted a little, background music, which I've just done. I'm just gonna leave it right here. Yeah, just there. So good evening, everyone. So much. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for joining me. And as I say, this evening I'm talking about audacity. Audacity. We need to have audacity. Why is it important to have audacity? I've got some notes here, and I want to give, talk about my background as well. Audacity. As many of you may know, because I talk about my story, I talk about my journey all the times. I came to the UK at the age of 17, right? I came here at the age of 17. And at that tender age of 17, my goodness, as you can imagine, I mean, all my life I lived in Africa. I was born in West Africa, Togo. So therefore, I didn't know any different. I didn't know any better. But the opportunity arose, for me to leave and pursue something better, right? So I left. Hello, is that Michelle? Well, Michelle, I hope it's you watching me on Facebook. So this evening I'm talking about audacity. So thank you so much, each one of you. Welcome on board. Yes, we need audacity. Why do we need audacity? Why do we need audacity? You see, as I was saying, I came at the age of 17. And when I came here, I didn't speak English because obviously I was coming from Togo. Togo is a French, colony. So, English wasn't spoken there. Yeah, you learn English in college or or secondary school. But listen, I cannot be a chicken forever. Oh my goodness, we need to take that courage. Courage is needed. Courage is crucial. Why is that? Why is courage needed? Before I go any further, though, just type in the comment who said that. Okay. Yeah, yes. Encourage more viewers. Yeah, please tap. How do you say it? If you tap it, then yeah, more viewers will come. So yeah, please just keep tapping. I'm coming. Keep tapping, and so that we can encourage more viewers. More viewers is needed. This is a very important topic. As a migrant, someone who came from a completely different culture, different background, different everything, and have to start all over again. Yes, it took some courage, it took effort, it took audacity. So audacity is so important. Put in that in the comment, please. Just name one thing that scares you right now. Thank you so much for tapping. I really appreciate it. Is that Coach Agad? Hi, Coach Agad. Thank you. I appreciate you. So I'm talking about audacity. Je parle de le fait d'avoir de l'audace. Il faut de l'audace. Hein? Dans cette vie, il faut de l'audace pour pouvoir avancer, pour pouvoir progresser. Oui, moi je suis venue en Angleterre en tant que une jeune fille de 17 ans. Et pendant voilà ces années de 17 ans à maintenant, ce que j'ai pu aboutir, ce que j'ai pu faire. Mais il a fallu de l'audace pour faire ça. L'audacité. Audacity is crucial. And why do we think audacity is crucial? Can you type in the comment, what is that one thing that you fear so much? That one thing that's scaring you, that one thing that's stopping you, from moving forward, from making decision, big decision, taking the big steps. What is that one thing that's stopping you? Because I know fear, fear has been that thing stopping me for a very, very long time. A very long time. But as we all know, in this life, you need to be a lion. Yes, you must be a lion. You cannot be a chicken and want to move forward. Come on, we need to be that lion and in order to move forward. So anybody watching me, particularly on TikTok, please type it so I can so the life can go on. Otherwise, you'll be stopped or cut short. You see, as we are heading towards the end of 2025, we are towards the end of what? 2025. If someone was to ask you, what are the things that I remember January, you're going to do this, you're going to achieve this, you're going to achieve that. Have you achieved any of those? Did you have the courage to achieve those things, or fear stopped you? Fear. Let me just tell you a little bit of my background. Yeah, so I was saying earlier that I came to the UK at the age of 17, and as I came here, I couldn't speak the language, obviously not, because English wasn't the first language that I spoke when I was growing up in Africa. Okay. Something happened. You see, when I got here, as I said, 17, I met my husband, and then I started having children. But I knew there was something more inside of me that I needed to unleash. There's something that I wanted to come out. There's so much to achieve, and I didn't just want to stop Isabel's she lives in London, and that said, no, there must be more. There must be more to that. So at the age of 30, right, I was working in the local government, as an admin or as a team coordinator. So I was doing my admin work 9 to 5, yeah. And for some people, 9 to 5 what has always been their dream, and this is what they wanted to achieve. So when I decided to go to uni, to go to university, to pursue, a degree, people were like, hang on, why? You're working, you've got a good job. Why do you want to leave this job and go to university? What for? I know friends, people around, neighbors, colleagues, like, oh, come on, you're so settled in this job. But it wasn't good enough for me. Yes, you get to a point where good is not good enough. Good is not good enough. Good is not good enough. It wasn't good enough. I was 30 years old. I was 30 when I decided that that's it. This time round, I need more. I need to push. But audacity was necessary. I could have just sat there and do nothing. So you see, at the age of 30, oh, the world told me deep down inside I needed more. But the people around were saying, oh, you don't need that. You've got a permanent job. You know what? It's a government job. And obviously, it's a job for life. What we call here job for life. This is it. You got it until this is it. The end comes, right? But I knew that there must be more. There is more. So I decided, you know what? It's time to plug up the courage and go for it. Yes, audacity was necessary. Because if I wasn't audacious, I would have just sat there, at my post. And that's it. That would have been that a permanent job, right? A job for life, right? A job that's very secure, right? If you're ill, they'll still pay you, right? But I said to myself, no, there must be more. And there was more. You see, as I said, I was married with children, My community were like, Isabel, you're settled in your job. What more do you want? But I'm like, no, there must be more. There must be more. You see, in life, we cannot just sit down and say, oh, I've arrived, so good is good enough. No. Good is not good enough. That was not good enough. I wanted to be that example for my children. I wanted to be, when they look around and say, mom did this. Even, in her 30s, she packed up that courage and went to uni. Thank you so much for joining, Obi. Akua Grace, thank you for joining. Please tap your screen for me so that the live can continue. Annie, help me. Log on to my thing and tap for me, please, darling. Thank you so much. So, as I was saying, as a government administrator, I was, working in a team where I was helping, the professionals, do their admin, organize things, sending the letters out, and so on and so forth. But I looked at all of that and I'm like, I can actually also go to university, do the degree, and then so I can actually become a professional as well. There was nothing stopping me. Why should I not? Why should I continue as an admin? But guess what? Because I wasn't born here, I didn't do my A-level. So you do your GCSEs and then you do your A-level, and then it gives you the access to university. But because I didn't have that, that meant that I had to do, extra studies. So I enrolled myself. On a 2 years access course in a, local college here. But I was working full time. Yes, I was working full time. I was the team coordinator, and yet I still pushed myself to go. Yes, so I did the access course. It's called Access to University, Access to Social Work. I did that in the college for 2 years. I was working 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. And then in the evening, now, you know what? I'll go to college. I go to college in the evening. Thank you, Annie, for joining. If you can tap your screen for me, please. So I had to go to college in the evening. And then I did that for 2 years. So I need to get the access in order to, gain a place at the university. And my God, it took me, you see, in life, I used to be quite shy, but I realized very quickly that the shyness, I had to get out of that. Yeah. Shyness is not luxury. If you're shy, if you're so introvert within you and you don't want to take any step forward, Oh, thank you so much. You've got to stop that. Shyness is not luxury. You can't afford that. He hadn't pushed. You see, I had to push past my. Oh, Jacques, hi. I had to push past my fears, all those fears that I had inside of me. I pushed past those. So there was I, a married woman with children, young children. They were still in primary school, right? And then obviously I have to get myself ready. Go and do the access course in the evening. So I was going to college in the evening to do the access course, and then from there I get a place at university. I was so excited, when I passed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to uni. I am going to university. So it was exciting time for me because I wanted to break that barrier. My mother, I was born and raised by I was born in Togo, raised by a single mom. She didn't go to university. She did not even go to what we call back. She didn't have that. She didn't have A level. She stopped at GCSEs only. So I've always said to myself that when the opportunity comes, I will plug up that courage and move forward in life. And that's exactly what I did. I had no father paying for school fees. There was no one paying for school fees for me. So I was working full time. Oh, yes. I had a family. Oh, yes. In the morning, I get up here, get myself ready, take the tram, the train to London. And then when I get to London, get the bus because I got a place in, one of the London universities, right? It was amazing. It was a turning point for me because I was like, oh my goodness, you know what? This is something that I've always wanted, to carry a university degree, right? Obviously, growing up in Africa, I don't know if I'll have that chance because, mom was the only one raising me. My dad was not in the picture, so there was no school fees coming from left or right. But I had to have audacity still, to pick up courage and go for it. You see, I'll be honest with you, my shyness almost killed my dream, that's for sure. Because at first I was so shy. I'm like, people will say, you got a good job now. What do you want? You got a good job. You're getting paid. What more do you want? I could have listened to the community. I could have listened to the people gossiping. I could have listened to people making comment. And then, let that ambition that I had go. But I knew that shyness would not kill my dream. No way. So I was scared. I used to be very scared to speak up. That's one thing. Anybody who knew me from before, they can tell you that I used to be quite overly conscious, I think, scared. Oh, what if I say this? What if this one say, what if I happen to say the wrong thing and people are commenting, people are gossiping behind me? Oh, I used to be worried about all of that. Yeah, I was scared, But however, I knew that I needed to take a seat, my seat at the table. I needed to do what? Take my seat at the table. Thank you so much for joining me. I needed to take my seat at the table. It was crucial for me to do that because I wanted to set, that example for my children. Oh yeah, I needed to break that ceiling, that glass ceiling. One of the things that I always said to myself, yes, I was doing that for my mom. And I'm telling you, the day I graduated, she came. Oh my God. And I was very excited because it felt like I've achieved something major. But today I'm talking about audacity. Audacity. Audacity, listen, it isn't like, the absence of fear. No. If you're audacious, fear will still play up. Fear will still be there. You're not going to eradicate fear. No, not at all. No. Audacity is having that courage, to take those decisions and go for it. Even if fear is there, regardless of fear, you're still doing it. Even if it meant that I need to crawl from here all the way to London to university, I would have done it. Yes, I thank God that my husband was very flexible. He was doing the drop off, the school run. Yes. And I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for that support. And there was one thing as well, because when I applied, to go to university, because my contract, remember, I told you I had a local government job. The contract that I had there was a full-time job. So I needed to be there 9 to 5 every day, Monday to Friday. So when I finished, when it was time for me to go to uni, I still needed to support my family and work. So I asked for the contract to be turned to part-time. At first, it was pushed back and said, no, either you resign if you want to go to uni, or, well, you don't go to uni at all. And I was like, no way. So I started praying. And I thank God for my former manager, Jane Platts is her name. Amazing. She fought for me. She said she saw something. There's a dream here. Yeah, I had a dream, and I needed that dream to be achieved. And I thank God. Hey, Mama Louange, bonsoir. And I thank God that she was there. So therefore, she was able to change my contract, from part-time to what? From full-time to part-time, so I can go to uni. So that's how I got, to push myself forward to go to uni. You see, in life, of course, when I first started, it was scary, because this is a journey I've never been through before. So this is all new. Yet, it's a dream I had, and I wanted to achieve that. But I needed audacity. I needed what? Courage. I needed courage. Yes, particularly when you start something new, and you're part of a community, people may gossip. People may be saying things. This one, who does she think she is? She's married now. Hey, she got children now. What else does she want? She got a full-time job. She got a good job. And yet, she's still pushing. Why is that? Yeah, of course, I heard people were saying, Isabel, you're settled in your job, or you got a full-time job. What more do you want? But no, we need audacity. And he keep tapping for me. Audacity is needed. Oh, my friend, I'm telling you tonight, we need audacity. You see, if you don't go for it, it's not gonna come for you. You need to get up and go for it. 2025, please look back, January, when we started the year, January 2025. What did you promise yourself? What were your vision? What did you jot it down that you're about to do? That, hey, this year, 2025, I'm going to achieve this. Did you bother? Did you plug up the courage to go for it? What have you, if someone was to ask you, sit down and reflect upon 2025, the goals that you put when we started the year, have you achieved them? Have you even started any of them? Because at times, we jot down so many goals, so many things, so many dreams. And yet, because of fear, and yet, because we've never journeyed that before, what do? Well, I'm not sure. And then we give up. Sometimes you even give up before even you start. And you keep tapping for me, please, my darling. Thank you so much. So audacity is so important. It's so important. The year is now coming to an end. 2025 coming to an end. We've only got, what, is it two weeks? Not even. What are the things that you've achieved this year? Did you plug up that courage? Did you try something new? Because some of the mothers, oh God, if you're here, who have approached me, oh, Isabel, how do you even do all this? Me too, I want to do a little content creation. I want to tell my story. Yes, you have the right to tell your story. Oh my goodness, your journey, man. When I look at myself, a migrant, I am a migrant, whether we like it or not. I didn't speak a word of this English that I'm speaking right now when I came to this country. No, I learned that here. I am a migrant. From a migrant to a full-time professional, social worker in people's life. Change in people's life. Oh, Annie, I think I need help. Could you get that charger for me, please? My thing is being, So audacity is so crucial, because if I didn't have audacity, I don't think I'll be sitting here today. Thank you. Today, talking about this topic. Audacity is needed. I'm saying this because many a time, in our community, I'm African. I was born in Africa. I'm from West Africa, Togo. So one thing I've noticed in our community here is that the mothers, the parent, we don't how do you say that, we need, oh, I want my son to do well, or hey, me, I want my son to achieve this, or and you yourself, you're sitting home every day. What are you doing? Some of you, you've been in this country for all these years. The English, the language alone is a problem. Why is that? I always wonder why. Why is that? Why is it that we are not, deploying ourselves, and we want the children to do it? We need to be the example. We need to be the example, because don't forget, these children, what they do is, they are watching you. They are watching you. And they will be saying, but mom, you didn't do that, and then you're asking me to do it. Why? Why should I if you didn't? That's why tonight I'm talking about audacity. We need to be audacious around our children. We must be audacious around our children. The year has come to an end. This year is ending. And by God's grace, we are entering 2026. Are you going to enter 2026 with the same mentality? With the same, oh, I want to, but I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Are you going to sit there? Enter 2026 without achieving nothing. No dream. The dreams that, vision board. When we get into the new, everybody do vision board now. Everybody do goals. These goals I want to achieve by January, by before January end, I want to do this. 3 months, March, I want to do this. May. And yet, nothing is being achieved. Hey, if you're watching me here, and you know what, your goal setting, you're pretty good at goal setting, but when it comes to taking that action, because goal setting without action is, I'm sorry, it's pointless. Merci, Pastor Abraham. If you can set goals, anybody can set goals. Goal setting is, we can all do that. Vision board, yes, we can all do that. However, having all of that and not taking actions and not, doing the things is a doing that we need to do. The doing is what we need to do. I'm serious, because I've journeyed this journey. I've journeyed this journey. The year is coming to an end. What have you achieved this year? If someone was to ask you, oh, come on, tell me, you know what? Well, from January 2025, as we enter this year, and all those goals that you said that you were about to, what did you achieve? How many of those goals would you say you've achieved? The vision board that you very pretty, very nicely done, and yet nothing's been achieved. My goodness, it's not too late though. Don't ever tell yourself it's late. It's never too late. This is the time to be active, to take the actions that's needed. Your children, your nephews, your nieces, the people around you in your community, they are watching you. Do it for yourself at least. Do it for yourself at least. You see, one thing I know is that if you pray and you're asking for God to send you helpers, they're going to come in the form of a human being. God is not going to come down from heaven to do it for you. The reason why I'm saying this is, remember I said earlier that, when I started my the access, to university, because I didn't have A-levels. I didn't do my secondary school here. I didn't do my, so therefore to get to uni, I needed to take some actions, which was to go to college and do the access to university course, which I did. Yes, I did. However, one of the things that God blessed me with was to have a manager who was understanding, who wanted me to progress as well. And she was able to fight for me so I can change my contract, to part-time. So this year, yes, I pray that God will send you helpers. But before that, though, you need to be taking action. What action are you going to take to be audacious this year, 2026? In order to be audacious in 2026, because you need audacity. Listen, things don't just happen. Oh, you need to be that lion, yeah, and take your place at the table, because no one is coming to offer you that place. That place, you yourself, you need to go and sit at the table. That's how it works. That's how it works. And as I said here, I was working 9 to 5. And then 6 to 10 college, 6 to 10 studies, 6 to 10 university. For how many years? It took me 5 years, because I had to do access to uni 2 years, and then I did university degree 3 years. So the first year, second year, and guess what? Even in the second year as a married woman, you know what? I conceived. And I said to myself, I'm not going to take a year out. I'm going to journey this journey. Oh, yes, I journeyed that journey. Pregnancy in second year of university. Yes, because I wanted to achieve something. I knew there was more inside of me. And I'm telling you, there's more inside of you. Yes, someone say, yes, dear sister. That's right. There is more inside of us. We cannot be satisfied with, that little bit, I'm good enough. No, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. We cannot the time to reflect. This is the time to sit back. This is the time, sit down with a journal, so you can go through the things that you want to achieve. And what are the things what are they telling you? Oh, yes, you can. Hey, listen, I said to myself, being a migrant, I said to myself, I'm a black African woman. No way. I wanted my children to see that, yes, it is possible. It's possible to be a child of a migrant and still make it big. Yeah, man. It is possible to decide to make it and make it big. Audacity is what it takes. Yes, the grace of God, but audacity. Even the Bible tells you what, that faith without action is dead. If you have faith, I'm a believer, a strong believer. I got it from my mom. Thank God for her. But faith without action is useless. It is useless. Audacity is what you need, my friend. You need audacity. Life doesn't care. Life doesn't care if you're shy. Life doesn't care about who your parents are. Your parent may be top president. Life doesn't care about that. No. Life doesn't care about the level of fear, the level of shyness that you have. No, life doesn't want to know about that. The world is actually waiting. You know what? This world, you're here for a reason. I always say that to my children. We are here for a reason. And you keep tapping for me, please. The world is waiting to see that lion, that lioness in you. It needs to come out. The giant in you is still waiting. He's begging you to come out. Oh, get me out, oh. The giant in you is waiting to be unleashed. Are you going to unleash that giant in 2026? Are you going to start tonight? I hope my story, inspires you. Because my story is what? A young immigrant, 17-year-old girl who left Togo, West Africa, came to the UK, invited by an uncle and his wife. That's how I got here. 17. But I didn't stop there. I didn't say to myself, I've made it. Oh, hey, me, I got out of Africa. This is it. No, that's nothing. God made a way. However, I myself was audacious enough to get up and go and get it. I was audacious enough to pursue further education. That's what we need. The world is waiting for you. The world is waiting for you. I've qualified since 2010, 2011. So it's nearly 15 years since I became a registered professional social worker. Yes. And you can do it too. Anyone can do it. Even if your course, I remember I said it took me 5 years. Why? Because I didn't have the required, the requisites qualifications that I need. I didn't do my A-levels here. I didn't do my GCSEs here. So I needed to do access to university. That's what I did. I did that 2 years. And then I moved on to university. So you can do it too. You can do it. Anyone can do it, but you need audacity. Are you ready to be audacious? That's what it takes. Is 2026 going to be the same as this year for you? Your 2026. We are heading towards 2026 by God's grace. Is that going to be the same for you? But if you're watching me and you're liking this topic, yeah, please just jot down in the comment, what is that one thing that has scared you? The one thing that scares you, the one thing that's stopping you from taking action, the one thing that you want to, but oh no, I can't. I want to change, I want to make progress. Oh no, I can't. What is that one thing? What is that one thing? I want you to look at it. Type it. Just put it down. What is that one thing? You said, well, kidding. No, this is not. You're kidding. Please don't. I'm very serious here. This is our future. I'm talking about future. And particularly if you've got young ones around you, you've got teenagers around you, they are watching. Me, I don't want my children to repeat, errors that I've done, the errors that we've all made in lives. No, we want them to achieve for themselves, to break that glass ceiling. Yeah, man, listen, those patterns of unemployment, pattern of, I don't know anything about business, patterns of lack, patterns of poverty. I've seen poverty. I have seen poverty. We were not abjectly poor, no, because we had a house, we had a roof over our heads and stuff like that. But we were cash poor. Well, I was cash poor. And I don't want to repeat that. I don't want to see that. No way. Whether we like it or not, money, it shouts. Money, this Western world. If you haven't got money, how are you going to pay your electricity bill? And it tap for me. If you haven't got money, how are you going to pay, all the bills? And live a quality life. Because we all deserve that. We deserve a quality life. I wish, I had more time, more. Listen, up until very recently, I was working as a locum. When I first started my career, I also want to thank this lady, Tracy. Hey, Tracy, this friend of mine, colleague of mine. When I first qualified, I couldn't get a social work job. Anywhere I go, they were saying, oh, you haven't got the experience. Oh, you haven't got the experience. And my friend Tracy, she and I would sit in that office. She would help me complete the forms. Tracy, thank you so much. That was back in 2010, 2011. We will complete the forms. She will say, do this one. Isabel, apply for them all. It takes audacity. It takes what? Audacity. Annie, keep tapping for me. It takes audacity. I want you to look at it. The things that are scaring you, the things that has been stopping you, the things that have been limiting you. I want you to look at it. And tell yourself, hey, I am a lion. I am a lioness. Me, I'm going for this. That's what I did. Me, you look at me, look, I'm going for this. You see, ever since I've started about maybe 18 months ago, I've started doing all this content creation. And like when you look at my Instagram, I've got a lot of following, like about 300 plus. But because I didn't know how the whole thing works, and what did I do? I put myself forward to learn how the whole thing works. What is content creation? How does it work? Does it really work? Yes, it does work. I'm telling you, visibility is visibility. Man, the other day I went to like it was an event. So let's put it this way: I went to an event, and the lady came to me. She goes, your face look very familiar. I said, oh really? And she goes, oh yeah, I think I've seen you before. I said, oh where? She said, are you that lady who's always praying in a car? And I'm like, oh yes, it is me. Yes, I love praying. I enjoy praying. My mom taught me to pray. Prayer was key. And she said, oh, wow, I really like, when you're praying for children, when you're praying about children in this United Kingdom, life is so hard. The children don't listen. Thank you so much for praying. That was when I understood the importance of visibility. And it tap for me, please. Visibility is crucial. You need visibility. I've started doing, what you call them, like, the online book, ebooks and stuff like that. Without visibility, people would not even know what are you selling again? What is that you're selling? But because I have visibility, and because I enjoy praying for children, because I enjoy the topics, such as this one, audacity, because even if you are a Christian, you have faith, you need audacity. The scriptures telling you what? That faith without action is useless. So what does that tell you? That you need strength, you need courage, you need audacity. So I'm going back to what I was saying earlier, that even as I finished, working, as when I come here, I want to create content. Your journey, listen to me, your journey, your story, it needs to be told. You need to share your story. Someone out there who is maybe just arrived, in the UK, who may be going through similar things that you went through. You know how you conquered them. So it's now your turn to teach somebody how to conquer those things. My goodness. What did we not conquer? As migrants, we are immigrants. I am an immigrant. What did I not conquer? We conquered many things that you can actually write about. You can create courses about these things. Are you ready for them? Yes. Are you ready? 2026 is coming. You cannot be the same, and it's up for me. 2026 will not be the same for you. This is the opportunity to sit up, to just look through your repertoire, the things that you've learned, through your journey here, the things that you have acquired, the things that you went through with your family or with your children, education, career path. Maybe, advising, youngsters who want to go into certain... Listen, I could have gone for nursing because I've always wanted to be a nurse. But because I married very young and I started having children by the time I was 25, and I'm like, no. If I became a nurse, one, it's a shift work. It's rotation, and I will not be able to manage that. And God is so kind. He placed me in a local government within professionals such as OTs, occupational therapists, physios, social workers. That's how the passion for social work, entered me. But I believe that, being at the right place at the right time is also crucial. But in having said all of that, without audacity, you go nowhere. Without audacity, you go nowhere. Invite King Julian. Shall I invite you, King Julian? If you want, you can join in. Yeah, you can join in if you want. I'm talking about audacity. So audacity is key. I've come here to kind of provoke you guys a little bit, to kind of, push a little buttons, yeah? Because we need this audacity. We need to make a difference. What are you going to do differently? Quick invite. What are you going to do differently? What are you going to do differently? 2026 is coming. What are you going to do differently? What are your plans? 2026 is coming. I need tap for me. What are your plans? What are you planning? Kore, what are you planning? What are your plans? It's important. And there's no point putting all these, goals. Because I remember, January, I had so many goals. It's good to have goals, but it's important to be able to map them and say, you know what? I'm plugging the courage. I'm plugging audacity. I'm going for this. We cannot be chicken forever. No way. No way. When God opened my eyes, I'm like, me, I'm getting up. Me, I'm going for it. It's about time. And I deserve it. You deserve it too. Come on. You've been abroad too long. You've been working hard too long. You deserve it. You deserve a change. All those things that you have learned, the journey that you went through, it's about time you write a course to help somebody else. It's about time you come on live like this to speak about it. It's about time what? You write books about it. You write ebooks about those things that you've learned. Other people are looking. Oh, where am I going to get this? How am I going to do this? But these are things that you've been through. These are things that you know how to do. This is the time for you. 2025 will not come and see you the same sitting on the sofa. You sit in the couch after dinner and then you're dozing off and you're sleeping. Oh, no. 2025 is not going to see you. You're sitting there and the children are watching you. You don't want the children to replicate or repeat that. No way. Our children are not going to be potato couches. No. Our children are going to be audacious. Their children are going to be courageous. Our children, they're going to be the difference makers. But they will need to see you do it. They need to see you do it. Because if you're not doing it, then they're going nowhere. They're going to sit on that sofa just like you've been sitting there. But today, I'm provoking you. Yes, I am. But we need a change. That's why. We need a change. You don't actually need a degree to start, using audacity. Audacity is so important. Because I remember when I enrolled myself on that course, that was back in, what year was that? Because I started uni 2007, 2008. So I did the A-level on the, what's it called? Access. I went to uni for it, I think 2005, something like that. So I needed audacity. Yeah, the dream was there, but dreams without action, it wouldn't change anything. We all have dreams. I'm telling you, so many people tell me, oh, Isabel, you know what? I have got this dream. I've got this plan. I've got these goals. But those goals are just there. Nothing is happening to them. So tell me if, this topic that I'm talking about is speaking to you. Is that speaking to you? Let me know if it's speaking to you. Elvis, hi. You see, failure is not the opposite of success. It is the training ground. Hey, one day I'll come here, I'll talk about failure. Failure. When you fail something, that's not the end of the world. When you fail something, that's not the opposite of success. No, not at all. Failure, challenges, they are the training ground. Training what? Ground. That's where you gain capacity. Whether spiritual capacity, mental capacity, physical capacity. Yeah. When you're going through challenging times, when you're going through, delays or disappointment or failure, it's not the end of the world. No, it's not the opposite of success either. No. However, it's your training ground. So don't let that, you know what? Don't let that discourage you. When you fail or you have failed, don't let that discourage you. Not at all. You pick yourself up and you go again. You run, you go, you fall, you pick yourself up and you go again. I've seen that with my mom over and over and over. Ha! That woman, she was a winner. Yes, and I've learned from her. That's why I kept saying, these children, they are watching us. If because you failed, you're like, me, I failed, or me, I'm not going to do that again, or I'm not even going to try, and you give up, and the children are watching, they're going to repeat exactly that. That's how generational curses, generational those things, that's how they occur. Yes. But if you decide that that thing, it ends with you, that abject poverty, me, I'll never go through it again. And you pick up courage, you pick audacity, and you begin to walk like a lion, and you begin to present yourself at the tables, at those rooms. Even when your name is not mentioned, you push through. That's how you break those generational poverties, those generational curses. Yes. Mistakes of 2025. Are you going to repay those? 2026 is coming. What are your plans? It's good to have a plan. However, if you have no audacity, well, you're going nowhere. Yeah, we all have plans. We can all have plans. Hi, Michelle. We can all have plans. However, if you're taking no action, thank you, Annie. If you're not helping me, if it's a choice, you've got to choose to move forward. You got to choose to have courage. You've got to choose courage. You've got to choose to show up for yourself. Because if you don't show up for yourself, who's going to show up for you? Annie, thank you so much. From nowhere. And as I said, I was born to a married man from nowhere. And as I said, I was born to a married man. I was raised by a single mom. So my mother, am I going